welcome in everyone. How you doing tonight? Tonight, we're covering a fun little topic I was thinking about. We are going to teach people how to make a simple talkie, animate in Live2D for the sake of VTube Studio. Now, this can be done with the trial version. The trial version limits you to I'm pretty sure it's this full list of parameters and that's all you get max. Or it might be like 8. You don't need all these. We're not going to use all. Hold on. You can't see my cursor. We're not going to use all these. Going to cover a super lazy way to do this. All right. So let's very quickly just do. Just gonna auto mesh. Nothing fancy. We don't need to worry about it. There are aspects of each image I'm going to want to cut out. But this will be our base. Kind of. All right. So let's start with mouth, right? Nice, easy. We are going to go down to here. We're going to make this visible. We want to cut out his mouth and his eyes. We are going to make an outline for the mouth. We are going to make this is on his hair a little, and this is open a little. So we are going to have to take this entire section of his face for the blank. All right. We are done with that. That is all we need from this. There's a little extra skin underneath we could use. That's fine. We will get it. Right, I'm going to copy this. Now we're going to split this up into 2 pieces. One's going to be the eyes, one's going to be the mouth. So now we have the mouth as its own layer. Now we have the eyes as their own layer. Now, as you can see, the eyes we're going to need a little work with here. So we'll do this a different way later. For now, we are just doing this the lazy way. Right? So we are going into eye open. We are going to take the eyes. We are going to put parameters on eye open. Sorry, I did this in reverse. Eyes open, eyes closed. We are going to put a keyframe right at point, let's call it 9.5. Keyframe there. And we're going to instantly nuke the opacity. So, eye open, eye closed. Eye open, eye closed. Eye open, eye closed. A more reasonable way to do this with normal YouTuber rigging is going to be 0.8. We mark point here. We're going to go to 0.79. We mark a point here. We're going to we will mark at 0.49. Mouth is closed. Mouth is open. Now for tracking, it'll be just down here. And whenever you part your lips enough, your mouth will just open. So this will just constantly happen while you talk. Nice and easy, nice and quick. For his other expressions, what do we got? We have, his hair changes on that. I'm not going to do that. I am, however, going to take off his arms. They are mine now. We are going to make a line on here. We're going to make a giant shape around his hand. Just getting that way, so we'll go around the line. I think it's here. Now you're and now I'm going to do this. When it is mute, this is 100%. When it is not mute, this is 0. For the sake of mute, we're also going to do something to his base body. I'm going to We want to another tail, that's fine. I want to make a here. I hit this, let's do it. That's merge. One. There. All right. This. Pull this in. That's arms. Bring it down you. And head to 0. We are going to absolutely butcher the water. Make on for it. We are going to. You can never see one yet. Do that. Going to now. Now for your head. This one you're going to your head. Going to your head. Not against one. Going to go right in this line. No one's there. You want shoulder. No, let's not have this. This is body. I'm going to patterns. Right here. Right here. There's a nice outline on here. So make this one. There. We are going to patterns around that. So that will be tail. And now his base body doesn't have arms. Some shit broke. I'm gonna have to fucking do this real quick. We'll probably cut this part out of the video and cut this into really working. We're going to remove these lines. We will might also cut this there. That will put this on that. So sorry about that. Live2D threw me a curveball. Gotta fix it real quick. We're gonna put the head on top of everything. We're gonna properly name our layer here. All right. See? Now we have a nice transition. I'm gonna have to do some edits to get the pants back where it broke away. That is fine. That's Stefan. Oh, I'm muted. Okay. Yeah, nice and easy. Quick toggle. Nice and easy, like, right? So that's one toggle. He does have a completely separate toggle for being deafened. We can do a thing with this. I have messed up. Let me fix something I have messed up here. So I did not double check the toggles to make sure they were properly defaulted. We're gonna get this. We're going to delete Control Shift C, Control Shift V. And we're going to delete this. We are going to, when you make a toggle, please don't be me. Please remind yourself to properly default it out to 0 to 1. I'm going to do eye smile. I'm going to do head angles. Prune that down real quick. Now let's make us replicate this so I don't have to do that again. We're going to call this AFK toggle. Live2D has this nice built-in thing we can do. It will track when you lose tracking. And you can set an animation for it. We're not going to do that. Unfortunately, if you are using this as a talkie, you're not going to have tracking as is. We don't need to worry about that. We are, however, going to cut him off at the belt. Yep, all right. We are going to set up the AFK toggle. I now have googly eyes because my chat is insisting on fucking with me while I make a video. I should have just turned off all my toggles. Set opacity 0. We are going to grab the stuff here. We are going to at max set opacity to 0. We will set up auto blinking just so that you guys can see how this looks in the system. I'm going to do that. Enjoying dinner and a show. There is some slight issues down here we will need to fix, but proof of concept. Set it to an auto blink cycle in VTube Studio, and we just mouth open. And then we set this to a vocal thing in VTube Studio. There's a little parameter setting you can set up that turns on and off based off you talking, and this can do that for you. Now let's go fix our problems, because they are glaring and blatant. I want to cover this. And then VTube does not let you do cell edits. Anyway, it's still tiny here. The correct way to do this, the correct way to do this would have been to do it the correct way, Egan. Do it the correct way. We're going to go here. We are going to copy this mesh I set up. We're going to go back out. We're going to go here. I am going to not press that button. I'm going to go here. We are going to delete these two, and we're going to paste in the mesh I made on the other side. All right, so this is going to show that you have it properly. I'm going to just use this away. Where'd the arm go? Oh, hold on. Right click, merge vertice. Because I pasted, we had an open vertice. There we go. All right, that gap is fixed. We had another one up here. We're going to do the exact same thing. I am going to take the head. We are going to copy this entire bottom line I have created. We are going to go here, we're going to paste that line, and there. I already cut off Moo's head. That's fine. Surgically reattached. Don't worry about it. Ta-da! We have fixed all the little gaps. There's no longer glaring issues. This is very usable. You have the toggles. Probably 30 minutes it took me to do this. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to save as. I'm going to output this for runtime as an MOC3 file. Yes, you can take this old version of Moo and make him into a steak real quick. Can I not make this an MOC? Very important step. Silly thing I forgot. Anybody who's not familiar with Live2D trying to follow along with this tutorial for the sake of making their own, you need to generate your texture atlas. We are going to set the atlas to, let's set it to max size. Let's put like 8K, right? Automatic layout. Okay. We are going to significantly reduce the size of the texture atlas. The bigger your texture atlas, the more lag you're going to have for the model. Should not be an issue with a Talkie, but it is very good practice to only use what you need. Now we can export this as an MOC3. I'll throw this at Moo. And he's probably not going to use it because I'm going to turn around, do this the complex way, and make something fun out of it. Import your own model. We'll do that. That will refresh the folder. We are looking for dreaded Moo Talkie. There we go. No auto setup. We are going to just very quickly to show you how these parameters are going to look. It is in the first tab. We're going to use microphone. You're going to set all up however you like it, match your gain, figure out your volume cutoffs and stuff. This will be used for add new thing. We're going to create mouth open. My input is going to be volume. Voice volume plus mouth open, voice volume plus mouth smile. These are parameters you use. Oh, I am blocking the screen as myself. These are parameters you use for your built-in mic settings. We're going to do that. We're going to output to mouth open. And now when I talk, Moo's little thing talks. And we can do stuff like, let's increase the input to 2. Now, no, wait, hold on. That's reverse. Sorry. That's effort in, effort out. Yeah, nice and easy. I talk, this model moves, right? We want to bring in the blinking we've done. You would do it this way. You're going to go down here. Going to make blink. Going to input will be not going to do an input. We don't need an input. The output, however, is going to be eye open. And we're going to enable auto blinking. If you want to actually track you blinking, this setup would be entirely different based on your tracking settings, but this will automatically, give you a little talkie.